Check it. Alright guys, what is up? You are back for another video with Data Zero. You're tuning in to see AMC and GME stock. We're going to talk about these two meme stocks on the short and long term. I'm going to give you guys predictions on the short and long term based off the technicals and the fundamentals. We're also going to run through the fundamentals for AMC and the psychology for these stocks as well, keeping you guys ahead of the crowd and ahead of the game. And remember, I appreciate each and every one of you that presses like and subscribes. It really does mean a lot to me. And watch to the end of the video to make sure you get all of the information. Without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and hop in the charts, the facts, the data, and see what we have going on. All right, guys, what is up? You are back for another video with Data Zero. In this video, we're looking at our favorite meme stock, AMC. We're also looking at GME as well. We're going to be looking at these two stocks, determining where we will be going this week based off the technical analysis. So let's hop in the charts and see what we have going on. All right, guys, so as you can see, GME, or AMC, I'm sorry, I do apologize, AMC, in my personal opinion, is looking bullish for a green week next week. So I am predicting a green weekly candle print, a green weekly candle print. So I do think we will be printing a green weekly candle. We started this bottoming process here last week. So we had that big down week the week before, started the bottoming process this last week, and now we're going to have a green week, start pushing to the upside to retest this high of $6.20. And that is going to be a crucial level that we need to break. We could possibly break it here coming up next week, especially if we get the bullish momentum that I am thinking we are going to get. I have a polyline here marked in blue, as you guys can see, as a potential price prediction for you guys. As you guys can see, I think Monday is going to be a up day, as we were moving up in pre-market, and I do think we're in this bottoming process, starting a rounded bottom right here. As you guys can see, we started to come down, and I think we're going to form a rounded bottom to the upside, possibly a cup and handle type formation. As you guys can see, if this would be the cup, and then you would have a big cup like this, then a handle like this, launching us into the stratosphere up to about $8 per share here in the later weeks. As you guys can see, this would form a overall cup and handle, possibly if this were to come into fruition, but I do think this is a possible play. As you guys can see, I think we're going to start moving up Monday, up towards that $5.15 level. We need to watch that level. That level is very, very crucial resistance at this point. We need to break this level. Okay, so we need to break that $5.15 level. So I do think we're going to be trying to retest that here on Tuesday, possibly Monday. Monday would be better, but possibly Tuesday at the latest. Then get a little bit of a pullback, get a higher high here about that $5.10 level, and start narrowing in this overall ascending triangle that you guys can see, this ascending wedge right here, and then push to the upside once we break that $5.15 level as support. So we need to break it, test it as support, and then pump to the upside, as you guys can see. And I do think this is going to happen sometime next week once we break that $5.15 level. The latest day I'm possibly looking at this being Thursday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, pump to the upside, and seeing that moving to about $5.50, $5.60 by the end of the week. I do think we'll be trading in those ranges by the end of the week, in my personal opinion. And again, I'm predicting a green weekly candle print for AMC. If you go ahead and zoom out, we are in a overall uptrend. This uptrend looks very, very, very good. As you guys can see, we have this overall uptrend, this sloping uptrend support that we are using as current support right now. You can see these 1 touch point, 2 touch point, 3 touch points. So this is a overall uptrend that I think we are going to be continue to use as support. I think we're going to get a sharp movement up here either this week, possibly next week, so the week after this week. As we start this bottoming process and start this higher low phase. As you guys can see, we have a low, then we're forming a low here, and I think we're getting a higher low right here. And as you guys can see, we had that rounded bottom formation right here as well. I think that same type of structure is happening right here, except it's going to be a slightly higher low, which is extremely bullish for a overall uptrend. As we break out of this macro falling wedge. As you guys can see, we're breaking out of a macro falling wedge, and I show you guys this all the time. If you go ahead and type in falling wedge, you guys can see that is a bullish continuation pattern, telling us that the bull trend is going to be continuing on the macro. As you guys can see, you have an uptrend, then you have your falling wedge, and then you have another uptrend. This is what's happening for AMC. As you guys can see, we have an uptrend, and we're going to have this falling wedge, and we are going in another uptrend. Also, if you look at the psychology of the market as well, I do believe we are in the disbelief part of this phase. As you guys can see, the disbelief part of the phase does have some pullbacks. As you guys can see, there's a slight pullback here. There's a little bit of a mini capitulation right here. Then you go into the hope and optimism phase. And by then, it's too late. All the normies are jumping in, and that's when the market just goes to this blow off top as people are FOMOing in. And by then, it's too late. You want to get your position down here in the anger and depression phase, where I think people are right now based off of social sentiment and off the technicals. As you guys can see, the peak of maximum opportunity is at the bottom here, and the maximum amount of risk is at the top. So you can make the most money at the bottom, but the only way to buy the bottom is to buy when people are fearful. You want to always do the opposite of the crowd. Be fearful when others are greedy, and be fearful and be greedy when others are fearful. And right now, if you look at AMC's fear, it is ranked at 39. It's not at extreme fear, so there was even a better time to buy AMC, but historically, this will be a good time to buy AMC. These lows will not be able to be bought later on as we go to higher valuations and start to move to higher ranges and trade in higher ranges as the months go on in 2023. I do think we will see AMC move above these higher ranges and start to trade at higher valuations. $5 will be a thing of the past, and you will wish you have bought more. As you guys can see, if we go ahead and look at the overall volume is literally just dropping off of a cliff right now. Sellers are getting exhausted, and we are about to see a short squeeze. Liquidity is drying up. Shares are drying up. Everything is drying up, and this is signs of a short squeeze, as well as the Bollinger Bands constricting on the weekly time frame. This thing is coiling up like a spring. As you guys can see, we have the Bollinger Bands getting extremely tight here on the weekly time frame. That is telling us massive volatility is coming for AMC stock. It doesn't tell us if it's going to be up or down. I'm under the assumption it's going to be the upside. Why? Because we are having this beautiful rounded bottom shape right here, this double bottom shape. We're breaking out of this macro falling wedge, and all the technicals are telling me we are bullish. If you go ahead and look at the monthly time frame and then go ahead and pop on the MACD, you guys will see that we are getting a MACD cross to the bullish side on the monthly time frame. It just needs a little bit more oomph to the upside. As you guys can see, the weekly time frame is still green. Last time we had the green weekly time frame with the Bollinger Bands constricting, we had this run up here and this run up here. And I want you guys to see that volume dropped off a cliff before we had this run up as well. If you guys can see, look at volume in this overall downtrend. So we're trending up, and then volume goes in this overall downtrend, and then look what happens. We get a massive amount of volume. Look what's happening right now. Bollinger Bands are constricting. All of these things are lining up. Volume is dropping off the cliff. Bollinger Bands are constricting. We're breaking out of this macro falling wedge. Everything is set up for a massive pop to the upside. We just need the right catalyst. We just need the right day. We just need the right set of circumstances to happen, and then this thing will take off. If you look at the last time this ran as well, look at volume just drop off a cliff. So you have volume pick up down here as you're in this uptrend, then you go into this downtrend. Look at volume just drop off a cliff, then we go boom. Then look, as you guys can see, we're in this uptrend, then we go in a little bit of a downtrend, volume drop off a cliff, boom. And we get the Bollinger Bands constricting with the volume dropping and green weekly MACD. So I want you guys to notice all of those factors. Look what's happening right now. Bollinger Bands constricting, green weekly MACD, volume dropping off a cliff. All indications of a squeeze coming. And with this amount of failure to delivers, look how many failure to delivers we have compared to last time. The squeeze is going to be much higher than the move last time. As you guys can see, we have every time we have these FTDs start to accumulate, we see a run up after or during the FTDs accumulating. FTDs are accumulated in this white bar that is marked in FTDs. Price is marked in yellow. As you guys can see, we see FTDs start to pile up, price starts to move. FTDs start to pile up, price starts to move. FTDs start to pile up. We are going to get a massive price movement, in my personal opinion. Also, guys, if we go ahead and look at the short interest is at 25.95%. We have not seen numbers like this until that time we ran up to all-time highs. I think it was at about 25% when we ran up to those all-time highs last time in 2021. So we do have more short interest, and we were at 27% at one point. Absolutely crazy. Okay, so as you guys can see, they do have 1 million shares available to borrow. I do want you guys to be aware of this. They have been able to get a little bit more shares available to borrow a little bit more readily because cost to borrow is slightly dropping to the downside. As you can see, cost to borrow is sitting at 65%. It was elevated above 200%, helping them put a lot of pressure on the shorts, but a sudden drop in cost to borrow can also be a sign of a short squeeze. I did a whole video on this as well with 10 signs of a short squeeze. Go ahead and type in 10 signs of a short squeeze if you want to watch that, or 10 signs of a short squeeze data zero, and it will come up and showing you guys 10 signs of a short squeeze, with sudden cost to borrow being one of those signs. So we do have all of these factors lining up. I do think a big move could happen here at the end of the month, maybe next month at the latest, but I am thinking a move is coming based off of the macro, based off the technicals, based off of everything I see, drying liquidity, drying up, volume dropping off a cliff, Bollinger Bands constricting very tight, green weekly MACD. Last time we had all of these factors, we've seen these price movements to the upside, and as well as the macro showing us that the monthly time frame is as well getting that cross, and Bollinger Bands constricting on the monthly time frame, and it looks beautiful for a brand new macro uptrend. As you guys can see, we're going to be in this downtrend. Now we're going in a macro uptrend. As you guys can see, uptrend, downtrend, uptrend. As you guys can see, Bollinger Bands or the monthly MACD does not give false signals. You will get that uptrend once we start to make those moves. Let's go ahead and look at GME, or the fundamentals for AMC, and then wrap it up, or look at GME and then wrap up the video. So I want to show you guys this website I do have. It does give predictions based off of technicals and fundamentals, but it does vary from my predictions. I just want you guys to see this, add it into your analysis. I add it into my analysis. I'm just putting it in there as more information for you guys. I do love that it gives a fear and greed index for AMC. That is a very unique thing that I have been looking for a long time, a way to calculate AMC fear and greed other than using my YouTube as a social metric measure. As you guys can see, the 5-day prediction is at 488. I am disagreeing with this. I think we'll be much higher than 588 in 5 days. I think we'll be at around $5.50, $5.60 in my personal opinion. As you guys can see, I do have that marked out for you guys right here. 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So around $5.30, maybe even $5.50 by the end of this week. And I am saying we're going to get a green week for AMC. If you go ahead and look at the 1 month prediction, it is at $7.96. AMC is predicted to hit $7 by June 21st, 2003, $4.88 by May 25th, 2023. So let's go ahead and look at GME and wrap up this video. So let's go ahead and pop on the charts and look at GME's macro and then micro. So as you guys can see, GME also as well is working on a falling wedge breakout. As you guys can see, GME is going to be pushing to the upside, in my personal opinion, working on a breakout, especially if it can break these levels of $25. We need to break that $25 level, and I think it is going for another retest. I have a micro prediction, smaller time frame prediction here marked in blue. As you guys can see, I think we're going to have a green day Monday, mostly a flat week for GME until the end of the week. It's probably either Wednesday or Thursday start to push up to the upside, but I do think we'll be around $23 by the end of the week for GME. I do think we're going to get a green weekly candle print for GME, a green weekly candle print for GME, as I do think they're going to have a green week. As you guys can see, I have this prediction here marked in here, and I think we're going to be going up to retest this zone here. And once we retest that zone and break out of that zone, things could get crazy for GME. I say this over and over and over again for my videos because GME has a price point. It's working on the breakout of this falling wedge. As you guys can see as well, volume starting to trend down as well. Bollinger Bands constricting very, very tight on the weekly time frame. Both of these stocks are setting up for a move. I think GME is about to release incredible earnings. I think it's either going to be AMC or GME run first. One of the two are going to run first. Maybe they'll run at the exact same time. But whether another runs or the other, I do think they're both going to run I think that one will give a sympathy play. So if GME starts to run, AMC will get sympathy from that and start to run, and then it will get out of control. If AMC starts to run, then I think GME will see a sympathy play and get out of control. I think both will reach the price targets of new all-time highs, in my personal opinion, once it's all said and done. and I think that both are going to be on a trajectory of making a new bullish uptrend. As you guys can see, GME also working on the monthly time frame, getting a cross as well. And if you look at the weekly time frame, it has green MACD on the weekly time frame with the Bollinger Bands constricting and volume dropping off of a cliff. All indications of liquidity drying up. Also, GME has a unique factor of 58% of it being locked up on computer share. If you go ahead and go to Stonko Tractor and go ahead and look, you can see 47%, sorry, not 58, 58, 54%, sorry, I'm tongue twisted today, 54% locked up on computer share, which makes it even more hard and less liquid, making a short squeeze even more possible. And GME has less of a float than AMC. Also, another thing unique to GME. So it's my personal opinion is to own both of these stocks. I think there's benefits to own both of these stocks. You want to hedge yourself with both of these stocks. In my personal opinion, I do not think one is better than the other. I think it is best to own both. Okay, I think it's best to own both. People often ask me which one's better. I think honestly, my honest opinion is get both. If you only have $100, split it down the middle, get AMC and GME. You definitely want to hold both of these stocks. But basically, this is what I'm predicting for GME, guys. A basically flat couple of the first days. I think we're going to have a nice pop to the upside Monday. If we can break above 2250, 2260, if it can break above that Monday or Tuesday, you could see that push to 2230 earlier than Thursday or Friday. But if not, we're probably going to consolidate, make sure we get this bottom right here at this 2170 level, 2150 level, consolidate, and then around Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, start to move to the upside, giving us that green weekly candle that I am predicting for GME. But if you look, we had this beautiful basically pennant breakout. We had this bull flag right here. It's pushing to the upside. Basically started squeezing as it went outside of the Bollinger Bands, using them as support. Had a great week last week. RSI got way too hot, overheated, then it went pulled to the downside. Found a great support here at that 2170 level. Bounce off of that, and it's already moving to the upside, and I think Monday is going to continue to move to the upside. I'm hoping it can break that 2270 range by Tuesday. That way we can see GME start to get crazy even more quickly. But we do have this MACD cross here on the 4-hour time frame, but we have many indications that are showing GME could possibly keep going to the upside. If you go ahead and put the alligator on, you guys can see that momentum on the daily time frame is absolutely insane as the bands are far apart, and the further the bands are apart, that means the more momentum the upside or downside has, especially when so you have the bullish band, which is blue, the bearish band, the bullish band, which is green, the bearish band, which is blue. Anytime the green band is on top, that's a bullish move. Anytime the blue band is on the top, that's a bearish move. And then the further apart they are, the more momentum the move has. Once the bands start to get close together, that means the move is coming to an end. If you go ahead and look at the 4-hour time frame, you can see that we are possibly starting a downtrend, but it's starting to curl to the upside. Again, I think we're going to find that bottom here at that 2170 range. As you guys can see, it's already starting to curl to the upside for GME. And if you go ahead and pop on the super trend, you can see that we have buy signals straight through. If you go ahead and pop that on, let's go ahead and clean up the chart a little bit and then put on 4-hour time frame. You can see that we have that buy signal, no sell signal. 2-hour time frame, and we do have a sell signal on the 2-hour time frame. I do apologize. Do have a sell signal on the 2-hour time frame. So again, we want to watch that 2170, 2150 level as support. Make sure we're getting that bounce. If anything changes, I will keep you guys up to date. But I am bullish on GME, and I do think we're going to see this price prediction play out that I have for you marked in blue. But basically, guys, this is everything I have for you guys. Overall, extremely bullish for the two meme stocks. I think the overall stock market is going to start seeing some pullback. I think it's going to continue to push to the upside after we see some pullback in the first couple of days of the week. So I think Monday and Tuesday we'll probably see a little bit of pullback for SPY. Then later in the week start to push to the upside. I think it's going to create a major bull trap around 430, 425, around that range, moving up to the upside around 430, 425 before pulling back and making a major full trap. But guys, this is everything I have for you. If you found this interesting, go ahead and drop a like. If you found it informative, go ahead and subscribe. And guys, as always, you can check me out on Twitter and Discord for even more Data Zero updates. I talk about my stocks, cryptos, trades all day long. So if you find any of that interesting, go ahead and check that out. Link down in the comment section below. And guys, as always, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out. Alright guys, that was the video. Hopefully you found it informative. If you did, go ahead and do me a favor. Drop a comment and press like. And subscribe for more information like this. Remember, you can check me out on Twitter and Discord for even more Data Zero updates. Ask me about my Discord in the comments below and on Twitter. Or you can go ahead and check me out on Twitter. Absolutely free. Go ahead and check that out. I do short updates every morning for pre-market. So if you're interested in that, check that out as well. And guys, as always, I appreciate you. Have a good weekend. Have fun. Stay safe. Make money. Peace out.